Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby. I am doing the Sagittarius December 2019 reads now. So today is the 7th of December, which is a Saturday. I was just going to repeat that again. So you may have have something like that going on in your life where you get halfway through your thinking and it's like, actually, I might have to rethink what I've just said, and there's maybe a theme of that happening around you at the moment or just recently. So like I said, today I'm doing these reads and it's Saturday the 7th of December, and I've just had some things going on last month, mid last month, so therefore I am doing the readings now. So and you may have found over these last couple of weeks that some things have been a little bit discombobulating for you, or a little bit, can't make sense of it, of what is going on. So with your energy, with things happening around you, it's just like, oh, well, what the F is that going on there? And how come it's like this and that? And what have I overseen or overlooked or underseen and overlooked? And it's kind of like, oh, yeah, there's been, and that is, quite typical of the energy at the moment in the universe, or in the world, in the universe as well. So, and you may have had to get up and shuffle yourself around and shift things around. So where you've been seated or sitting in life, or in a way of thinking or being or knowing, and your perspective may have been, maybe a little bit, may have changed a bit with some things, and you may have had to, readjust things or adjust your way of thinking or being, and just to see the other side or the flip side of something, or a few situations that have come around. It's like, oh, okay, so something to ponder is what Spirit is saying. So anyway, I've just been shuffling, and this deck here, and I've got a new deck of cards, the energy oracle cards made by Sandra and Taylor, that I'm using at the moment today. For some reason, that's all I've been using. I've pulled every deck out that I've got just about, and put them aside and pulled some out. So it's like, okay. But I just feel like the angels that are around you, and they have come through in the last two reads as well. So I feel like they're just wanting to make their presence known with you at the moment. So all the time really, but specifically at the moment. So we'll get into that in a minute. I need to go back a little bit and rewind myself and start from the beginning, because I get carried away with reading and I just go blah, 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 blah. And I have some things I need to go through first. So firstly, just remember that these reads are general reads, so you may resonate with it or you may not. So if you do, amazingly wonderful. If you don't, well then, there are other readers out there who do amazing work as well. So check someone else out, they may have something that resonates with you. So these reads are also suitable for your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign. So if, like, I was just thinking now, if this doesn't resonate with you, and this is your sun sign, say, and what you more look at, check out one of your other sun signs as well. So like your moon, rising, or Venus sign. So something in there may resonate with you more with what you are going through at this moment, okay, or in the past, that will help you make sense of things. Okay, so the other thing is, I'm an intuitive reader, so I don't use the tarot cards, so I use oracle cards, yeah, I do. Mediumship basically, and psychic stuff, and mediumship to connect with spirit, okay, all that sort of stuff. So my work, is really connecting and discovering what spirit have to share with me, with you, and with my clients in a reading, as well as with in healing experiences and situations that I work with. And Spirit have just given me a new blurb, and so they're just wanting me to share that side of me with you. So I do workshops doing the same thing, helping people to connect and discover their connection with Spirit, with themselves, in a healing way and or in a reading way. And I work with the group situations. I have some retreats that I'm looking at booking in for next year, and retreats / workshops. That will be a combination of both when I do them. So that will cover a lot of reading and healing, and of bringing out the best in you, basically. So anyway, I want to continue with this reading, and I've tuned in and shuffled my decks, and this one mainly has I've just picked up these cards, and I'm going to be using these ones. So the first card that came out for you, Sagittarians, is the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. And Archangel Ariel is connected with this one, okay? Now, she's come in to help you balance any disharmony that you find in your sacral chakra. So some of you is maybe going through a funny little spate or spat at the moment with yourself, and with processing things to do with self-confidence and within yourself, and in that way, and what am I saying in that way? What are you really saying, Spirit? Okay, self-confidence is confidence for some reason, but it's also connected with the solar plexus, but the self-confidence within yourself, which is leading to you being more nurturing towards yourself. Okay, so there's this lot of self-doubt and nurturing is what they call self-love. Okay, loving yourself and loving and nurturing yourself at the moment. So there may have been some things, and thinking about this area where the solar plexus is, which is across like the hips and the ovaries, and the sexual parts of the body and all that sort of thing. What is going on around you? So seeing, there's some healing that needs to go on there. So there's like a breaking of a cycle for you to be doing at the moment. So whether it is to do with relationships or not, whether it means a partner, with a marriage and within a marriage or whatever, there's or it could be to do with past life stuff, and or like for some of you, it's like there's a real amazing healing period for you right now to move through with like exes and stuff like that, and leaving that in the past, moving on from that, allowing yourself to process it and let it go, release it, whatever it is, because it serves you no purpose for your highest good. So you can move into this amazing, brilliant, loving relationship that, whatever you put forward that you are wanting to have in your life, be in your life, with a person or this person that is in your life right now or coming into your life. So some of you may be finding that you, if you're getting married or engaged, and it's like you may be balking at it. So whether you're male or female, because of past relationships. Okay. So, and it's like there's trusting in yourself, trusting in and believing in yourself that whatever your intuition is telling you, whether you should go into this relationship or whether you should step out of this relationship, it's like like really going in from a heart-based perspective and lining it up with your third eye chakra and your crown chakra, lining up all your chakras, actually, they're saying, so you can make and come to a decision about what it is that you really, inspire too to do in your life, or have in your life, or be in your life, and want in your life. So that's my big spiel for the day. and whether that be, so at the moment they're talking about relationships with partners, but it also can be relationships to do with, relatives, family members, like close family members, and extended family members, distant family members as well, and also breaking a cycle that is being, handed like genetically, not just genetically, but ancestrally, that is some lines of ancestors that something comes down where a cycle needs to be broken. Okay, so it could be like something like alcoholism, or anger, through the alcoholism. So looking back at, the past of what you've grown up with, and going in there and healing yourself. Okay, that's not for all of you, of course. Some of you have worked through that, but for those who are listening to this and you resonate with it, it's an amazing healing time. So if that is for you, for others of you, it's like, this is like similar sort of stuff, but you may be at a different phase. Okay, so and it may not actually have anything to do with relationships at all. It may have something to do with something else. It may have to do with something else in your life, so that has happened in the past. So it's really an amazing time right now with this beautiful energy, because they're making me feel really calm, and there's all this angelic energy around, and healing energy that's coming around forth for you to utilize to heal yourself and listen to your heart, your inner knowing, okay, with whatever is close to your heart, whoever is dear to your heart. And close, but they're also talking about too keeping some things close to your chest, so there's no shit comes up from it. So sometimes we want to go blah, 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 and have a rant and a rave about something, but other time, sometimes we just need to keep it close to our chest or close to our heart. So we're coming from a heartfelt based place when we do eventually, spledge it out. Okay, or release it, whatever it is that you need to say or do. Okay, so there's something more to though that with this card. There's a deeper meaning in it. You can see that she's all in white and gold. So bring in the white and gold energy around you, because it's just reminding me of Archangel Gabriel as well, bringing his energy around you as well. So I wonder if he'll pop up in it later. Anyway, when I'm dealing with these, shuffle these cards again. So, see, and then the next card that come out is walking away. So you may be finding that you are finally able to come to some peace or harmony, and where you've made a decision that actually, and with all your heart, all your mind, all your being, all your spirit, all your soul, connecting together, everything's aligned up within you, that you can make a decision to walk away from something, someone, some situation or experience, that you can now leave it and cut it, go, move, finish it. And it may be a business relationship as well, or a friendship or a partnership that you're ready to move on from. So you can go and do whatever it is you want to do for this next phase of your life, because I feel like some of you in a big wider context have been holding on to some things for a little bit too long, where you can now finally allow yourself to release. Okay, and for some reason you've been holding it in your base chakra, a lot of you. So you may have been feeling a little bit emotional, and they're just talking about not taking things on, other people's things on. Okay, so this month is really allowing yourself to heal yourself, to go with the flow, and hold some things close to your heart about what you're going to do, how you're going to do it, because sometimes people really hurt you by not understanding what it is that you're wanting to do or create or have or do or be, study, whether it be study or go into a business or whatever. So until you make your mind up fully, with some of you, as I say, have made your mind up, and you know that you're going to need to walk away so you can walk into something amazingly brilliantly full of love and light. Okay, and it may not be so show up for some of you straight away, but it's like it's, you know, you open the doors for that to happen, to come into your life. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now this card here is like a woman. The next card is a woman holding a heart. So she's holding a heart, and she's looking quite sad in a way, and like sad but glad. So it's like, when I say sad but glad, of course, sometimes when we make decisions and we've got to walk away from something or someone, it can be like there's that, the words of what I'm hearing is fear, a fear of the unknowing, or, you know, or that anxiety of unknowing, or not it kind of brings up an overwhelming sense of what of on earth is coming or happening, even though you've made some plans, but we never fully know about how those plans are going to pan out. So, and so they're just saying, Spirit are just saying, you know, Saggies, you know, just roll with it, go with the flow, and don't be so rigid and a stickler, and being a little bit more versatile. So, because sometimes the things that will come in may seem like it's taking you off track or taking us off track, but actually it's showing us another way around, another clue to get around the situation. So what might seem where someone's poking their nose in and creating a big kerfuffle over if all, it may be that you need to see that, because there's something in there that you need to see that gives you the clue or the rest of the information to where you need to be, where that direction or where that directive is to where you need to be going, or come back onto path. Another clue to put in to the puzzle that you already have, you know, or to, yep, another clue to complete the puzzle. Gosh. So, you know, this month is about, you know, bringing things together now, and like with yourself, and also with relatives, in relationships, with maybe partners, but I'm feeling more relatives, like siblings, and also, you know, and some extended family as well. So it's kind of not, in a way, it's like allowing yourself to not get caught up in their stuff. Just, you know, hold some things close to your heart. Okay. And see, this card fell out too. That's the other one, attachment. So it's like, and even though you're saying attachment, I'm just, what they're talking about here is, you know, you have the, okay. Some of you may have attached yourself to someone or something that may be of no value or higher value for you, for not for your highest good. And kind of what Spirit I'm talking about there is, like, for some of you, is like in relationships, and you may have actually bought into something that, like financially as well, that it's time to release. So there's a full moon coming up on the 12th of December. So they're talking about utilizing this full moon, which is your cards are showing, as well as like utilizing and like finalizing some things that are coming up for you. Like, I'm just looking around, things that need to be, there are some things that have naturally occurred and that you've planned to occur, to finalize, to finish off, but there are some other things that that you are consciously going to have to decide what you're going to do, where you're going, and how you're going to do it, and take action on it. So the full moon is a phase where we begin to see the wholeness of the fruits of our labor, you know, and the efforts that you've put into, like, inner growth, and even and like physical movement towards growth, and, you know, creating projects and completing projects. Some projects may be halfway or 3/4 of the way through. So it's a time of celebration of, you know, completion, basically. some projects, but you know, don't get too carried away with some, you know, with some celebrating with the projects that you haven't fully completed. It's like celebrating that marker that, yes, we've got this far and we haven't got that far to go. We're halfway and we've just got there. So there is a celebration in there, because I feel some of you have really like had a little bit of a rough time getting to that point. So it's kind of, wow, we've made it this far. We've only got another halfway to go. So boom, there we've got, you're on your way again by keeping positive with it. Okay, so, and it's about, you know, where are they going with that? And enjoyment, because I feel like a lot of you like have had a really, you know, a big year. Like a lot of us actually have had a big year, no matter what star sign we are. We've all been through the ringer in some way or form, with this energy that's like, you know, the universal energy is like forcing us to like take note of things about ourselves and how we how we vibrate our energy in the world, in the universe. I had like two words mingled up as one. Nearly got universe. So anyway, how you're working with it. So number 5 is really about energy too. So with this attachment, so it's about energetically detaching yourself from whatever it is that serves you no purpose for your highest good. And you know, these attachments that we have sometimes are not healthy. So some of you are looking at, I'm hearing, have emotionally attached to something, or have something emotionally attached to you. So it's figuring out whether you're going to continue to do that. And I would say with this, with Archangel Ariel coming in and connecting with this sacral chakra, there's a lot of got to the point where there's a lot of self-nurturing, okay, and loving yourself and knowing you are a beautiful, amazing, whole being, and full of love, and for yourself, and for everyone as well, okay. Wow. So just visualize lots of orange around that space, around that area. Awesome. Oh, I'm feeling it now. Yeah. So the number 4, you know, in this one here with this woman holding a heart, is looking and wanting, you know, security and creating foundations within her life. And she's holding the heart, so that talks to me about relationships, you know, with the red heart. She is talking about like a romantic, a love or relationship, whether you have a partner or getting engaged, or within your inner marriage. So there's something to do with a heart, a heart love, okay. And like I say, some of you may be walking away from love, a love that has been lost, a love that is no more, but some of you are walking into it as well, or away from it, but you know, and that's, you know, that's just moving on, and therefore you will be detaching. You know, there's an attachment to love that for some of you that is not healthy. Gosh, they keep raving on about it. So for yourself, and like I say, it's maybe not someone that's right now in your immediate, you know, in the present. For some of you are, it is, and others of you, it could be something to do with the past, where you're still holding on to stuff, or there's still something going on, and you're allowing yourself to buy into the bullshit. So don't buy into that bullshit. It's a lot of crap. Set yourself free by loving yourself enough and to walk away, is what they're saying. Okay, is what the cards are saying. Wow. You know, and don't let your heart be disheartened by what has happened. You know, in time, know that your heart will be healed if you choose to allow yourself to move forward and allow it to be healed. There are many different tools out there that can help you to do that. So I'm not going to go into that because that's another whole reading. It's another whole session. So I just want to like actually grab, shuffle these cards, the Sacred Web deck, and so I'm just going to ask the Spirit and ask the energy of Sagittarius to connect with these cards, to tell us, give us, show us, bring to us, bring forward to us any messages for Sagittarius, for Sagittarians, for December 2019. Oh, acceptance. Okay, so acceptance and grounding. So that, that's the alchemical sign for grounding, for earth, or rather. So for me, in the red color, it's earth. So acceptance. So there must be, I would say, something that you are starting to come into accept, and it would be paid, that there is something that you need to do with relationships. Okay, so it may be something that your relationship with yourself, and how you like allow yourself to be treated by others, which has caused the sacral chakra sort of disharmony in there, and where the healing needs to be. So for you, and therefore the self-love and and self-sabotage comes in, and and focusing on that side of you. Woo. Cool. So acceptance. So yeah, I feel like some of you have come to grips about accepting some things that have happened in the past and in the now, and you're now breaking away from it. So there's some new beginnings. With acceptance, there's a number 16. It's number 16 in the deck. So for me, there are new beginnings that are happening, coming forth, and it's almost like you see things through a different set of eyes. So there's a feeling that you that you are able to and wanting to, what is it, like, because of what you've been through and what you or what you've what you've been through, and what you're going to be going through. Some of you who will be moving into helping others. Okay, there's going into service to help others, not only yourself, but help others because and support others because you know what it's like for you with whatever that is going on for you. It could be something, not necessarily, it could be something war-torn, depending on what that is for you. Relationships, something going with a relationship, or a grief, whatever it is. Grief in the way with the loss of something, anger management. It could be something like that you've let go of. It could be like anxiety. It could be something like depression. You may be figuring out something for you that actually I now know what that is, and you're going to look at something to help you to move through it. Whoa. So this card here is clarity. Here you go. Clarity. We've just finished kind of talking about that one here. So clarity, there'll be more clarity, so you'll have more of a direction of where you're going to go and what you're going to do and how you are going to do it. So this is kind of like they're lifting the energy now, and then so some of you are making decisions about work as well. So career, not just this relationship that's going on. So they're shifting the focus now from relationships, and will be relationships with bosses, colleagues, and that sort of thing. So there's that sort of thing that's going on. In relationships with people who who are out there, who where you like people, relationships to do with interviewees, for some people, or bank managers, and that will be changing as well. Even trustees, trusts and stuff that people, if you belong to a group, or a trust of some sort, there's a change in there. yeah, it's kind of like people in different roles. There's a lot of shifting, a lot of changing around, in that. So you maybe you will be taking the initiative, or making the initiative, taking the initiative, whatever way you want to do it, to create something for yourself, to get something moving, to support someone, to create something new for yourself. Though some of you, I feel that there's a new initiative that's come forth, like a new prospect. So it's got nothing to do with the other stuff. It's like some of you are like the other side of you. There's something new that's coming up, a new initiative, like a business prospect, prospect, or an opportunity that you've been looking at maybe and not actually followed it through, and it's been something for some of you, and some of you you've living like going gung-ho, and you've been creating bringing together all the bits and pieces and the bibs and bobs, crossing your T's and dotting your I's with other things, and researching stuff, and you're bringing it together, readying it for this new year, or even started it already, to create this business. I want to say prospect, but there's proposition as well, contract as well comes in there, new contracts as well, new ideas. But for some of you it is literally a new business. For some of you it is a new, like an arm coming off, branching off the business you already have, that you're bringing into it, which will mean more product, or an arm off that does something, not completely different, but something, brings something new into the business, or someone new into the business. And they just look, abundance, okay? There's abundance that's come through with that one. So just know, whatever this new initiative is that that's come to view or come to mind. Like I say, some of you it's just popped in, so go for it. Some of you have been working on it, put it to the side, and it's starting to come around again, so go for it. Others of you, it's like, like I say, something totally new out of the box, and it's like, yep, okay, I want to get going with this and see if I can get it going within the new year. Like, probably not fully, but start. And like empowerment. This is about you empowering yourself, okay, by taking action towards what you want to do. And some things, yep, you're going to have to put to the side to make it happen. Okay. Whew, what a busy month. What an amazing month. Just remember that there's that full moon coming up, so use that energy once again to like finalize some projects, or begin new projects, start it going. But really it's about, like celebrating and harvesting, stuff and seeing the celebration in some things, and the harvest in some things, and, looking back and, acknowledging the work that you've put into it. This is what it's about, acknowledging the work that you've put into it, the energy you've put into it, and celebrating that. And like I say, some of you have projects that are not quite there yet, but still celebrate it, because you've come from there to here, and there's still some work to do, but yep, you're going to get from there to there. Just saying. Anyway, that's all I have for you for now. So, like I didn't say this in the beginning. So, if you would like a reading, please book in with me. You can contact me. My contact details are in the box below. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching it on Facebook, it'll be in the box above the video. If you I was going to run through all these things and I've completely forgotten. So, first of all, before I wind up, I want to say thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe if this resonates with you. Please subscribe and push the notification bell, and that will give you a little notification that I'm posting some new content up there. So I will be doing some videos with for the messages with the angels, as well as some live feeds that I'm going to be doing a little bit later this week. Let me see, and if you and if you're on my Facebook page, if it resonates with you, like I say, and even if it if you don't want to comment, just like it, give me a like, and then I'll know. I'm always curious to see how things pan out for people, and you don't have to run a big blurb. It's just like I'm just curious to see how it pans out for people, listeners. Also, if you with like I say, if you're with YouTube, yep, give me a thumbs up if it resonates, and or leave a comment. And like I say, subscribe to my channel would be awesome. It just helps me get on my way, and also for you too, to know when I'm posting something. Anyway, I need to go. You need to go and get going and celebrate and or create, wind up stuff, whatever it is for you. God bless you. Love, peace, harmony, and joy. And I'll see you near the end of December, readying for January. Okay. God bless you again. So bye for now.